up, guys? Welcome back to the queue. I'm Sireph, and with me is a Blue who's actually eating something
Last
right
chance
now.
to nail down the strategy.
We got JooBinder once again going up against, I think it's a Pog. We've got Mira Jane and Scovos.
Hold on to your points.
Yeah, and Heba as well.
Theirs.
Also with Slum Dodge and Aldizzle. I have no idea.
And as we're getting started here, sorry to interrupt you there, but we actually already have an engagement between Swag King Kong and Heba as we come directly out of the beach here.
Yeah, let's check out
The chieftain has returned.
That balance stance before us and goes in here. He's trying to run something, but he's getting caught out by Heba and
Red team wins a capture point.
It was actually a pretty nice burst game that we saw between Heba and Scovos. We've seen more and more that actually as burst like slowly starts to get more and more popular again. We've been stuck in combi meta for quite some time, but I think we're starting to see a lot more burst recently.
Yeah. Loving the fact that Scovos is actually on an Ellie for once.
Yeah, and what we saw there, and we see this actually mainly with warriors and engineers, but we saw there with the Ellie engineer combo too, is when they're chained together, they can pull off an amazing burst combo that absolutely melts people in like milliseconds, and we just saw an example of it right there. Look at the Swag King combo.
Oh, look at Scovos pulling out that ice bow, man. There's some new balance skills coming out. Good shit coming out from this side of both blue and red. I don't know, man.
And ice bow, I've noticed this too. Like I've asked a few players about this. Some of them have said they like it. Some of them have said they don't. But nonetheless, we are seeing it in a lot of tournament games. So I'm curious to see if we're actually going to see it this Saturday at the VVV tournament too. That's going to be the real question.
Yeah, man. It's going to be an interesting thing to see whether or not that gets pulled out. The new meta still gets pulled out for the VVV tournament. Of course, go ahead and go to twitch.tv/livegaming if you're watching this on Saturday. Or is it the 19th that we're doing it?
I believe so.
Yeah, man. So we're seeing Swag King Kong and of course Interpreter doing some major work, trying to get some points in on the mid here, but it's Slum Dodge and I think his friends and Scovos here able to keep them off before they can get any points in.
Yeah, right now we're seeing JooBinder, like, they're not really focusing on one target, which is an interesting move, because they obviously need to exterminate them if they want to take full control at this point. Interpreter, obviously, his warrior's job is going to be the main bunker, whereas Swag King Kong is acting more as a stun controller. So what I'm noticing they're doing is they're sort of focusing on different targets, waiting for Swag King Kong to get a lockdown, and then they all diverge on that target. But it's interesting, though, that Swag King Kong is focusing Heba, where Heba is probably the one that has the most mobility out of anyone here, but we did just see him jump in, though, so, but again, Heba managed to elude it there, because he's probably one of the more elusive people on this team at the moment.
That's true, but check out what's going on over at the mine point. In fact,
did you see that?
He got the point decapped by Mira Jane, and also to sort of deal with this Falana from JooBinder, gonna have to go over to Henge and cap that as well. The only thing is, JooBinder will get both side points in about 2 seconds.
Red team wins a
there it
capture
is.
point.
They're gonna start pulling away with this Mira Jane. He's gonna have to come off, and I'm interested to see if he goes for the mid and helps with the fight, or if he pulls off and tries to deal with Henge. And I think we're gonna see Scovos, and that's Aldizzle going over for the Henge point, trying to re-secure it. But maybe Swag King Kong and friends will start securing mid once the numbers are in their favor there.
And I think what we're actually seeing now, if you want to open the map and look at the movements, we are seeing the red team sort of work their way over towards the middle point now. They did see that most of the burst resources went over there towards Henge, so I think they might be changing their tune here. But again, I think I'm being corrected as
check out spawner kill.
Checking out the spawner and Henge now.
Yeah, that's going to the side of Sink and Friends. As that was like Mira Jane and Heba getting that off. Vec trying to put some aggression on, but Vec really needs to stick around the point here, throwing down that turret, getting some heals up before he gets the aggression on him. His teammates are really nowhere to be found here. He's about to 1v2 here with the Thief assistance. He's going to get burst down. Wow, Vec already down. And the Thieves will just make short work of him as Mira Jane starts capping.
That was another really nice example of teamwork coming in there from our blue team there. But as we're going to check out, most of the play has now moved over here to the Henge, where blue team's trying to take that as well for possibly a 3 cap in just a moment.
They probably will get it through there, man. Scovos going to be able to just walk away from the point as Aldizzle will secure it against Interpreter, who's in that down state. Interpreter may pop his vengeance just to keep people. No, I don't see it being any use to him actually as he dies here on the Henge.
Yeah, it would really just be 15 seconds of wasted time. He wouldn't be able to contest any points, and it would really just add on to his death timer to respawn and get back into the fight for real.
Yeah, man. So check out mid here. We have Falana. We've got Swag King Kong on. up against Slum Dodge, Mira Jane, and oh my god, Falana's already down here. Gonna probably Slum Dodge, trying to walk away and get some heals up as well. And we'll see what sort of aggression she actually rallies there, man.
Red team
Yeah, she got up there due to that spirit. They did leave that unchecked there and allowed that get the spirit off, so that obviously is going to allow him to get back into the fight. But Falana, again, because he is a thief, he needs to be extremely careful. Thieves are notorious for being squishy, and we're seeing it right now. He's really just trying to get away from him at this point.
Kibo is just hunting that down with full, oh my god, full aggression there. He didn't, so much good stuff coming out from the side of Sync-ish. They're up 240 to 120 now, double their opponent's score now, and Falana's not dead yet. Oh, there it is. Falana and Vec and On all dying over here on the red side of the middle point here.
Yeah, it was a really nice coordinated push after Falana got back up. They waited for him to get back up, and then all the members of the blue team that were there in the middle just did a really nice coordinated push. Him especially onto them to make sure they took everyone and anyone down they can, and it worked amazingly because they took all three of the people that were fighting in mid down in just a few seconds.
Yeah, man. I'm over on Interpreter in the henge right now, though. He's up against All Dizzle. He's being supported by Swag King Kong in that shield, so he's going to be able to negate some damage, but not for long. He's got the heal. He can pop it if he chooses to do so. Really blue. People with Warbanner, we see them not banner as much as maybe they could. Is there a specific reasoning for that?
So it does take up cast time, that's the big thing. So when you're on a run, it can get interrupted or something like that. And I mean, the benefit of it is kind of okay, and that the fact that it's more of a bug than anything. I think people just don't want to use it because of that factor too could come into play there. So I think it's more of just personal preference than anything.
I see, but we're going to see that Swag King Kong, he's going to be able to do some work as Interpreter kind of sits back and heals his back health to just under half health there.
Spawniers return!
Keeping them around. Abilities up for both of the teammates here of the side of
Red team wins a capture point.
They just got back a capture point. They're very behind.
And you're seeing something nice that Interpreter does here as well. When him and his teammate are actually switching on and off a lot here in terms of bunkering here on the middle point. Like when Interpreter gets poison on him, which poison is really his biggest enemy because he realizes his health is really only stays up if so long as he doesn't have poison on him or any conditions. So whenever he gets something like that on him, he does roam off the point and allows Swag to take the main bunker for us. So as you can see
yeah, he sees this happening and he's like, nope, not with my rifle around. And he's going to try and, once again, chasing him down here. Pet comes out. He's like doing so much damage here. He's about 6, his Interpreter, who's got about 60 health, and Eva is just like, you're mine. Interpreter using that leap to get away.
Interpreter really just playing like merry-go-round at the moment because he just can't, and it's really nice that the blue team is constantly putting the damage on them they need to do this. And oh, here comes the banner finally. But it's really nice that an Interpreter's like just doing this right now. But blue team's really just keeping the damage on him, so it is sort of forcing Interpreter to really just run around the point at the moment and not really do anything.
Oh, both teammates get taken down there. Holy crap, man. That is a lot of damage on two different people at the same time. So we're going to see how Dizzle dealing with them. We do see that the spawner kill did go out for the side of JooBinder here, but Slum Dodge in the middle, keeping that middle point secure. They're not able to capitalize on any sort of stat buff they got.
Blue team grabbed the capture point.
Spawner kill, man.
Yeah, and as we're seeing now, both these teams, after that fight did occur, there's actually like no combat on the map at the moment. Everybody's really just passively waiting for someone to group up and go for something. It is looking like red team maybe heading into middle now, but even...
Check out Chieftain.
Yeah.
We do have Chieftain going on by Scovos over here, and also it's Dizzle. So they'll get that no problem. They're about 100 points from victory, but...
Indeed they are. Both teams do have the buff right now. We're coming in close to victory for our blue team here, but red team is now rushing for middle, so we're going to see how they fare out against that.
Yep, we're going to see Vec and Falana are here. Slum Dodge is here as well with Scovos and some NPC support. We're going to see what's going on. Falana was just popping out of stealth in here. Let's go in with Scovos because he is just running in and going to get some burst damage. I love what I'm seeing from the new Ellie stuff with that balance.
Yeah, indeed, it's a little too early to see, like, because there's actually a lot of builds I've been seeing. Like, right now we're in the team, so we can't actually look at the specifics of his build, but I've been seeing a lot of different Ellie stuff over the past few days. A lot of people experimenting. Like I said, the real question is going to be, does anyone actually want to try and apply that to tournament settings yet? Because it's been a long time since we've actually seen, like, a competitive Ellie in a tournament.
Right, but we will see JooBinder coming in very aggressively. 3 guys on, I think it's 3 around here. Yeah, no, that's 2 here on mid. Kiba's doing some work. Kiba, he's gotten minimized there. Skovex coming in, and it looks like Falana will hunt down Kiba, kind of returning the favor, avenging his teammate, but the Warbanner comes out, and he gets rezzed.
Indeed he does, and Falana now under the radar here. The blue team, she's going to get taken down, and unfortunately in a corner. I don't think she's going to be able to avoid getting stomped this time, so she is going to get knocked down. That's going to be blue team holding on to that middle point, probably.
Yeah, Interpreter trying to res her because she's actually kind of very hard to see, but Mary Jane's on the case right there.
Wow.
She might actually get res, and there she does get res there. Interpreter and Falana going to cycle back to the middle point. No one's exactly on it yet. Beck is here as well. Slum Dodge and Eva, the closest ones they'll get on as well. So we're going to see a 3v3, but Falana kind of got caught out there, got 2v1 in that instance. On is here to back up his teammates. 4v3 now on the side of JooBinder Blue.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious to see why they didn't actually capitalize on taking down Falana. I think the reason might have been is when Hibben knocked her off there, I think Hibben might have thought to himself that he would have killed her, because if you take damage, like fall damage in the downstate, then you instantly get killed. So I think he was sort of banking on that, but he didn't actually realize that she was still alive. And because of that, she's now been brought back into the fight, and the mid-fight's going to keep rolling for quite a bit longer because of that.
That is very true. We did see, though, that Scovos and that was Aldizzle had to deal with the pressure over on Henge from Swag King Kong. Now Interpreter is cycling back to keep them over there.
Just like
just
that,
if they can keep
blue team
some sort
takes
of
a
like
capture point.
pressure away from the mid, JooBinder thinks that they can take this no problem, I think. And Beck is the one cycling back to get some points in. Looks like Falana is trying to keep everyone up, but there's no actual players on point for Sync side. Really, as long as they stay on, as long as they can deal with Hiba, they'll get in the middle point, but unfortunately it's just too late. 500 points for Sync and Friends to 304 on the side of JooBinder.
It's a really nice game.
Yeah, it was very back and forth, but then at one point, you know, Sync just was able to pull on the aggression, almost 3-capped at one point, and, you know, able to pull through.
Yeah, it was really nice that we saw that all going on there. We saw a lot of really nice plays there, and obviously blue team was the superior team here today.
Yep. So guys, of course, if you would like to see more of this, go ahead and like and comment on this video for a chance to win 800 gems. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Tell your friends, tell your parents and your dog. So stay tuned, guys. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up.